How many times have we watched this movie before, where a roster built for royalty suddenly finds itself fighting for scraps in the mud of the play-in tournament? That is the terrifying question haunting every single person wearing purple and gold right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We need to have a very difficult, very honest conversation about the state of the Los Angeles Lakers because the alarm bells aren't just ringing, they are being smashed with a sledgehammer. We are approaching the February 5th trade deadline, a date that has historically defined the legacy of LeBron James-led teams, and the vibe around Crypto.com arena is shifting from optimism to palpable anxiety. The report dropping today is massive, but before we get to the name that could save the season, we have to contextualize the bleeding. The Lakers have lost 9 of their past 15 games. They have managed a measly 2 wins in their last 7 outings. This isn't just a rough patch, this is a systemic failure happening in real time. This slide has dragged them down to 25-16, sitting precariously in 6th place in the Western Conference. We are looking at a team that is one bad week away from tumbling into the play-in purgatory, a place where championship dreams often go to die. Injuries have been the headline, sure. The rotation has been a revolving door of who is available tonight, disrupting chemistry and preventing any real rhythm from developing. But let's look deeper. Even when the guys are back, the product on the floor is trending in the wrong direction. We are seeing a heavy reliance on individual brilliance rather than cohesive team basketball. The offensive load is crushing the stars. You look at the usage rates of Luka, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves. When they are healthy, they are being asked to move mountains every single night just to keep the game competitive. This is unsustainable. History tells us that heavy usage in January leads to heavy legs in April. If this trajectory continues, we aren't talking about a finals run, we are talking about an early exit and a summer full of what-ifs. Enter Rob Pelinka. The general manager is under immense pressure. The fan base is divided right now. Half of the crowd is screaming that the roster is flawed and needs a demolition, while the other half believes one key piece can unlock the potential of this super team. And that brings us to the breaking news. The Lakers have identified a target that fits a specific, desperate need. We aren't talking about a fringe player. We are talking about a $75 million forward who is currently putting up numbers in Charlotte. The rumors linking the Lakers to Miles Bridges are heating up, and this isn't just smoke. There is fire here. But is this a move of calculated genius, or is it the desperation heave of a front office running out of time? The deadline is looming, the losses are piling up, and the silence from the front office is about to be broken. If your bench is statistically the worst in the entire National Basketball Association, you don't just have a weakness. You have a fatal flaw that will be exposed in a 7-game series. Let's dig into the analytics and the financial gymnastics required to make this happen, because this is where the story gets fascinating. According to Forbes' Evan Sidery, the Lakers are actively weighing a pursuit of Charlotte Hornets forward Miles Bridges. And let's be clear, they are not the only sharks in the water. The Bucks, Clippers, and Kings are all sniffing around, which tells you that Bridges is a distressed asset with high upside. Why is he the target? Because the Lakers' bench is a disaster zone. They rank dead last in the NBA in bench scoring, averaging a pitiful 25.7 points per game. When Luka, LeBron, or Reeves sit down, the offense falls off a cliff. It screams for a disruptor, and Bridges fits that profile. At 27 years old, Bridges is entering his physical prime. He is averaging 19.1 points, 6.4 rebounds, and 3.6 assists over 42 games. He's shooting nearly 45% from the field. He brings a level of verticality and athleticism that the Lakers are sorely missing on the wing. He is described as a competent perimeter defender, which is scout speak for he won't get played off the floor in the playoffs. But here is the Moneyball aspect that makes him so attractive to the Lakers' front office, his contract structure. Bridges is in the second year of a 3-year, $75 million deal, but it is front-loaded. He earns $25 million this season, but that number drops to $22.8 million through 2026 to 27. For a team navigating the complexities of the salary cap, acquiring a player whose cost goes down while the salary cap goes up is a golden ticket. It provides immediate production with future flexibility. However, a trade requires two parties to dance, and this is where the Lakers hit a wall. To match that $25 million salary, Los Angeles has to send out money. The primary trade chips, Rui Hachimura, $18.2 million, Gabe Vincent, $11.5 million, and Maxi Kleber, $11 million, are not exactly setting the trade market on fire. Reports indicate limited interest in these assets. Second-year guard Dalton Knecht hasn't built enough value to be a centerpiece either. This creates a massive leverage problem for Pelinka. The Hornets are open to moving Bridges, but they aren't going to give him away for spare parts. If the Lakers want to acquire a 19-point scorer to relieve the pressure on Luka and LeBron, they might have to do something uncomfortable. They have to ask themselves if the chemistry issues of the past are worth the talent upgrade of the present. The impact on the locker room is the unspoken variable here. Bridges carries baggage, but on the court, he is exactly the type of aggressive wing scorer that changes the geometry of the offense. Without a move like this, the Lakers are essentially asking their stars to play 40 minutes a night until they break. So, we are left with the ultimate gamble. Are the Los Angeles Lakers willing to mortgage a future that is nearly a decade away to save a season that is slipping through their fingers right now? The complexities of this deal essentially boil down to draft capital, the currency of the NBA. The Lakers are in a precarious position where they control only one tradable first-round pick. Kevin O'Connor of Yahoo Sports has dropped a bombshell regarding this asset. The word on the street is that Los Angeles is shopping their 2032 first-round pick. Yes, 2032, a time when most of the current roster will be retired, in hopes of flipping it for multiple first-rounders. This is financial alchemy. They are trying to turn one high-value future asset into volume assets to facilitate a trade for a wing like Bridges, or perhaps pivots like Herb Jones, Trey Murphy III, or DeAndre Hunter. If they pull this off, it unlocks the flexibility to package a guy like Jared Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent to get the deal done. But if they fail, if they hold onto the pick and stand pat, the scenario is grim. We have seen this story play out before. A team hesitant to go all in ends up caught in the middle, too good to tank, but not good enough to contend, with the Western Conference being an absolute bloodbath this year. Doing nothing is essentially a concession speech. The roster, as currently constructed, is on a sharp downward trajectory. The lack of depth is not something that fixes itself in the playoffs. It is a wound that gets infected. Pelinka has to decide if this group, led by the star power of Luka and LeBron, deserves the reinforcements. The acquisition of Miles Bridges would be a signal to the locker room that management believes. It redistributes the offensive burden, fixes the bench scoring crisis, and gives them a fighting chance against the juggernauts of the West. But the cost is steep, and the margin for error is zero. As we barrel toward February 5th, the silence is deafening, but the necessity for action screams louder than ever. Now, I need to hear from you, the heartbeat of this franchise. This is the debate that will define the next 3 years of Lakers basketball. Would you be willing to trade the 2032 first-round pick and gut the depth pieces like Hachimura and Vincent to bring in Miles Bridges? Or is the baggage and the cost too high? Do you trust this front office to make one final push, or should they save the assets for the summer? The comments section is the best place for sports debate on the internet, so drop your thoughts below. I read every single one. Like the video if you want the Lakers to make a move, and I'll catch you in the next report.